All right, well, the question I'm trying to solve is how do I download a podcast.mp3 file so I can have it on my local PC, or in my case, I want to upload it to an editor to pull some clips from it. So in either case, you would have to pull it down, and so you need to find out who the host is of the actual podcast. So I'm going to do it using just going to Apple Podcasts on their webpage, and I will show you how you can download that file, and then you can just listen to it or use it for other purposes. So I am on the particular show. This happens to be the Chick and Nick show. They do an annual show called the Drop Off Tournament. They have all their best audio drops from the year. So I'm going to take that to steal a couple for my own podcast. And what you need to do is come to the web page. Then you want to view page source. So I'm using Firefox, but the same thing can be done with Chrome. And then you want to go search, Ctrl+F on the Mac. And search for .mp3. There we go. And it's going to take you down through the code, and it should lead you to what you're looking for. So you can see here, I just happen to know that this is Heard at Media, and they use Megaphone.fm as their host. It could be Buzzsprout, any number of hosts, so you'll have to be a little bit familiar with who the hosting would be. But typically, the string would be .mp3. I'm going to grab this whole string. I've done this before, so I know it'll work. You can see what I'm doing here. Copy it, and then you can paste that URL string into a browser.
Nebraska Public Media Sports,
and you can see it's going to bring you right to the podcast. So when you're at the podcast, then again, you can do a right click, or if you're on a Mac, it is, I'll call it a right and left click. And you want to say save audio as. Save audio as. I'm going to name this something more appropriate rather than the actual file name they have. So I'm going to say Chick Nick 2024 drops. And I'm going to save it. It's going to save it to my downloads folder. And there it is. So in my case, the reason I wanted it is I wanted to drop it into Descript, which is for me a podcast editing platform that I enjoy using. So I'm now going to upload the file. And we won't wait around for all this to happen, but it will essentially then read the file, do a transcript, and then I can search for the audio piece that I'm looking for. And there you have it. So, of course, you can use this for other purposes. It doesn't have to be for editing the MP3 file or using clips for your own work. You can just download it just to use, load to another podcast player or MP3 player, or just to have on your desktop. Anyways, I hope that is helpful. Again, the goal here was to give you a way to download your podcast to an MP3 file, from the podcast host. Thanks again, and I'll post this at trafficistruth.com.